Hello, everyone. Welcome to Creatorflow Live. I'm Elisha Jacobs. If you are new here, do like, subscribe, and share on all the things. If you're on the replay, thank you so much for coming back and tuning into the live session. So, another week, and we are doing another setup and review. And I'm super excited for tonight's app that I'm going to be talking about, and we're talking about all things time, or not time management, but all things time management mix. But the main focus is around task management, and this is especially for my creative entrepreneurs, whether you have an agency, whether you're a solopreneur, you work with um clients and you have projects to do and you want to manage your time more efficiently. We're going to be delving into um how you can actually manage your time effectively, making sure that your projects get done. And there's so many different options that are out there. And so with Creator Flow Live, these sessions are more or less to bring awareness to the different options that you have available and how you can work with it. So to simplify your workflows to ensure that you're you are able to manage your time and also stay productive. Excuse me. So, one of the things that I'm going to share today, hey, one of the things I'm going to share today is that I'm using two apps today. It is Blitzit, the Blitzit app, and Notion. I know a lot of people use Notion, and Notion is such a versatile platform where you can have your content calendar, you can have your CRM built in, you can have a whole client portal. There's so many different use cases from a student perspective, from a life perspective, from a creator's perspective, on how they use Notion and they customize Notion to their use case. And so I'm going to be featuring Notion. I'm also going to be taking one of the templates that is inside of my Creator Flow kit, which is the Task Flow Manager. And so I've created that template to help creatives manage their projects and their tasks in an efficient way. And so I'm literally going to be connecting that task flow project manager into the Blitzit app, so you can see how the two can actually work together. And the reason why I chose Blitzit, because I know there's some people who've been looking, especially Notion users, you have been looking for a way to have the option to do prioritization with your tasks, remove distraction by having focus modes or having that timer app, and also you have a seamless integration between a task manager or task executioner with Notion. I think this is a very good solution for those who are looking to combine that task manager with Notion. All right. So, before I get into it, let me give you some details. When I'm doing these reviews and when I'm looking for solutions, the tech expert that I am, I'm always researching and I'm always looking up different solutions to see what is the best case scenario. Like I said, for the Blitzit app, I do believe it's more tailored to people who have projects. As if you are a web designer, you're a graphics designer, you're a video editor, you work with clients on projects, you are a creative director, and you have, like, every client, you have predefined steps that you need to go through to have that actual deliverable. This is a great solution for you paired with Notion. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen. And right, so Blitzit, if you go to blitzit.app, As the name suggests, we do blitz. So it's blitz of time. This is where it's combining the to-do list with a timer. And so this is a great way for you to have that focus mode, and also you're able to get more done. But one of the things I really want to draw your attention to with the app is that pricing is a big thing. As you know, we are in a state, especially as as digital entrepreneurs, subscription prices are getting more and more. It's like the more we subscribe to stuff, the more we have to get more tools, and the list goes on. So there is a simple pricing structure, which I think is very reasonable, especially if you go through the app and you realize this is something that you want. You can opt into it. So there is a monthly plan of $4.99 per month. And then you have Blitz for Life. So that means you're gonna be having the app with all the updates as they roll out new updates. So it's just a one-time payment and you use forever. I do believe it's $97. But I think they're running a special right now and you can get it for $77 or $78. So if at the end of this session you want to try out Blitz, you can click the link in the description and you can get started with Blitz. They do give you a 7-day trial period like everything else, but then you would either have to opt in for monthly, or you can pay monthly, yearly, as well as paying for the lifetime access, which I think is really good and low, because again, subscription prices are getting out of hand in these digital streets. All right, so I have gone ahead and kind of set up my Blitz account. I just downloaded it. A few things to note before we get into it. At the time of this live session, they do not have the Blitz app for mobile. So if you're on an Android device or you're on your Apple device, it's coming soon. I think they're going to roll that out. But currently, it's only available for Windows as well as Mac OS. So if you were to go into the download option, it would show you that it's only available for Mac OS and Windows. So if you have a Mac OS on an Intel processor for your computer, or you have the new M chips in your Apple, whether it's your MacBook or your Mac Mini or so, these are the options. It's only available right now for the desktop apps. They will be launching the mobile app for iPhone, iPad, and Android at a later time. And so if you sign up for it, of course, they're going to let you know when that becomes available. Right? So I just wanted to point that out before we get in. Okay, so right now, once you download your version, whether if you're working in Windows or you're working inside of the actual app, you do have when you open the window or when you download it, it's going to take you through a series of onboarding steps. You have to register, do confirmation of email and all the things. So once you do all of that, this is the bare workspace that you will see. And so in this workspace, let me just move this over here so I am able to see my full screen. Okay. So, on your left side, it just gives you, I'm testing this out for a free trial. Of course, the 7-day free trial gives you access to all of the things. But on the left, this is where your list will reside. And just to note, lists in this app is how you're going to actually create structure and organization inside of the app. So you can have a list for work, you can have a list of personal, you can have a list for client work, You can create different lists, and those lists will be targeted to whatever it is that you want to manage through the Blitzit app. All right. You can also archive your list. It does give you the option in the center here to go ahead and start creating your list. To the top right, it gives you the option again, create list, account and billing. You could do your shortcuts, you can log out. And then you can go into your settings button, which is just next to your initials or your profile picture to the top right here. You can either use and they because I have an extended screen, usually you would see one screen appearing. That side panel on the left, which displays your list, you can either put it on the left or the right. You have general, which allows you to either have it in dark mode or light mode, depending on how you work with your devices. I'm a dark mode person, so everything would be in dark mode. Also, you have your blitz mode settings. This is primarily if there's any sticking, and just let me know in the comments if there's any delay or lag. I think we have some bad weather here. All right, so the blitz mode is more or less using the principle of the, let me see if I can pronounce this word correctly without butchering it, the Pomodoro's method, where you work for X amount of time, you take a break, and then you resume by working um another X amount of time. So if you're that type of person who can work for a full work sprint of 1 hour, and then you may want to take a 30-minute break or a 15-minute break, you can do so. So basically, this is where you would actually come in and set that up. You can say you want to have a scrolling title on the lag on my part. All right. All right. And then you can have alerts. If you have time sensitive tasks that you would have set specific dates and times, you can let the app actually alert you maybe 10 minutes before or 5 minutes before. It's going to either give you a chime or a notification. And also it gives you the option to you can celebrate your task completion. So every time you celebrate a task, it gives you a fun gift on a success screen, and it also gives a sound effect. All right, so these are basically the preferences that you can adjust and to personalize your experience inside of the app. All right, let me close this off just to free up some bandwidth. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to create two lists inside here, and then I'm going to take you through how you do the integration with Notion. And then I'm going to go into Notion and kind of give you guys behind the scenes of the task flow manager and how I would actually work these two together. So I'm going to go ahead and click on create list. And the first list I'm going to do is I'm gonna call this content. Oh, where is my content? I'm gonna call this list content for now. Right. I'm gonna create another list. This is gonna be client work. Right. I'm gonna choose a different color for that. And I'll create a third list and call it internal projects. So these internal projects might be things specific to my business that I may want to manage and create. So this is like my basic structure. For me, I need to have organization. If too much things is crowding a screen, it's not going to work out. All right. Now, when it comes to content, every list, it gives you the option. It shows you your all list option. I notice it's giving you the color coded list. Of course, you can customize it. You can edit it. If you want to change out the icon, you can do so by choosing a customized icon. It could be a JPEG or a PNG. Some people would either put their they would either put their logo or so. You can get creative with it. All right. But if I'm to open one of these, for example, notice it gives us three different, four columns. Now, when it comes to project management or projects on the whole, there is usually sections called, um, you either have backlog this week, which would be your priorities, what you're going to focus on for today, and you also have the completed or done section. All right. So every list would have this exact layout. And then we're going to show you after I integrate it with Notion, you're going to see how we can fill it in here and you see how it will change. Right. But one other thing I want to draw your attention to, and I think it's a key thing with Blitzit, is that it gives you the option of reports. I know this is going to be very important for persons who need data to manage their time, to see where they need to adjust, to see where they need to improve on in terms of their productivity and time management. And it is quite extensive with the reports. So you can see the total number of days work. It can show you your total tasks done. Now the total number of hours work within a given period. It could be for the week. So you can state if you want to see for today, yesterday, this week, 30 days ago, the last 30 days, last 60 days, or last 90 days. You can keep track of that. So you would see your total number of hours work, your average time per task. How long does it take you to complete a specific task? Now, when you're entering tasks, um you can put in like, okay, this task ideally takes me about 3 hours, but you can finish it in on the 2 hour, in 2 hours or hour and a half. If you have your workflow down to a precise thing, you can do this. But I'm glad that they give you this option because analytical people like myself and other creatives and other business owners, they need to have this information so they would know how they're doing. All right. As you scroll down, you would see what is your most productive hour, what is your most productive day, what was your most productive month. You're going to have a listing of your time by list, and then you're going to have your done tasks. You're going to see all the percentages of what is done, what is pending, what is backlog, and all of this. So this is like simplifying project management because if you're to really get into project management, like real project management, it goes deep and it goes wide, right? Project management is a deep and wide topic. And when it comes to using like the more high end um, solutions like as let's say Asana or ClickUp or Microsoft projects and all of those high end projects which are more like fully you're using full project management principles. This right here is just simplifying it for my digital entrepreneurs and creatives. So this is why I'm like, oh yeah, this is a good solution for us to have. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do, I am going to do the integration with Notion. So I'm going to go to the menu icon to the top right here. And notice it's giving you these two options. You can connect your Google Calendar and you can also connect Notion. There are other integrations that are coming soon. You have ClickUp, Trello, and Asana. Those are project management solutions, other project management solutions as well. So they're coming soon. So I'm going to hit on the Notion. All right. It's going to open up my browser for me. So I am definitely just going to do this authentication very quickly. 1 minute. All right. I need to share my screen. guys can see. All right, just want to make sure I'm in the same page. Okay. All right, so it's asking me, it's requesting access to my Notion board. This is the permissions that is going to give. It's going to view pages you select, edit the pages you select, create new content within pages you select, and you can view workspaces for your users and their emails. So I'm going to click on select pages. All right, and I'm going to use my task flow, and I'm going to hit on allow access. All right, so that is going to be, that's my template that I have in there. All right, so I'm going to head over back to Blitz, waiting for authorization. Right, wait for it. Ready, we are there. Right, so this is going to take a while. So I'm going to head over back and see. And I do believe this solution is pretty new. So a lot of the integrations are, Savannah, did I give the permission correctly? Boom. All right, so we are good to go. I'm gonna head over back to here. All right. So once the authorization has been completed, you will see that you are connected to your Notion. And here is where you can see which list you want to link. So I can simply click on this, click the down arrow, and I can say if it's going to be, in this case, because of the example that I think I've set up in Notion, which I'll go over to in a few, I am going to put it under internal projects for now. All right, and notice to the bottom left here, it's showing that the integration link is successful. So if I go into Notion very quickly, this is my task flow manager. And so in the task flow manager, I do have a project and I just created this project. So to give you an idea of how to actually set up your projects. So I am exploring the Blitz app, and I do have some tasks that I need to complete. Currently, I'm researching the app that's currently in progress. Download and sign up the app, learn about the workflow and space, integration, test, and adjust. And then I would say run reports. All right. All right. So these are my to-do lists. I'm currently stating that these are currently in progress and none of my tasks are completed as yet. So let's say, for example, you design graphics for your clients. You may have a list of things or steps that you actually go through in order to deliver those graphics to your clients. This is a great way to manage your your project tasks. So, and the thing is, it's that it's repeatable and you can keep track of it. All right. So we have this in here. I'm gonna go back over into Blitz. All right. So I have my internal projects. If I open up, all right. So it either has backlog this week or today and done. Let me go in here, open up here. All right, so for the first task, we do add a due date today. I'm actually gonna put a time because that's quite out of the day. All right, I'm gonna put this to tomorrow. Just change these timings. I'm gonna test in a few days. and run the reports, let's say on the first. All right. Okay. Oops. What happened there? Okay. All right. Give me one moment. I think okay. Where is my, okay. All right. So technical difficulties today. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually add the database that I'm working with. So I'm going to hit this little Notion icon to the top right. I'm going to click on add database and I'm going to choose projects and tasks and hit on update. All right. And I hope it does not bring in my stuff. Oh, there we go. All right. Sync Notion tasks. Did it go to? All right. Backlog. So now I'm going to state, well, okay, I either do cards or I do settings. So just to do some mapping. So anything with backlog. Now, in order for this to start working, you need to ensure that you actually have a status field inside of your project manager. So in this case, I am going to put backlog to backlog, done to done, enable syncing. All right. And then I'll do the same for here, property settings, sync Notion tasks, cards, projects, settings, done. Okay. Let me go over into Notion now. All right. So I think because I have several databases, let me get the right database. I do not want to bring in my stuff. Give me one moment. Right, boom. Oh boy, I think I lost my connection.